Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Outside Design Nature Hotel in Salida, Colorado, about 3 hours outside of Denver. First off, peep the new swag. I really like this place's branding. It is super on point. And these guys have a bunch of different units ranging from tiny homes to A-frames to some brand new cabins that are currently under construction. We'll be doing a couple of different mini tours throughout this video. The place I'm at right now is called the Rock Room for obvious reasons. There is a giant wall of rocks right behind me, but it also has some really cool features like this swinging outside day bed. I mean, I don't see this very often. And then the rest of this property is chock full of really nice amenities, ranging from a mini marketplace to a sauna and fireplace area to even a nice network of hiking trails that are directly behind your cabin. Not to mention, of course, we are in Colorado, which is an adventure lover's paradise. So there's just an endless amount of hiking and outdoorsy type activities within driving range. I'm also out here in the fall, so now all of the fall foliage and the leaves are beginning to pop off. It's definitely a different vibe and a different color palette than what I'm used to in the Northeast. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a really fun video this time. Let's now go and start the full tour. Welcome to the Outside Design Nature Hotel in Salida, Colorado. This is the front entrance to the entire property, and they have a few different signs throughout. Let's now go and start the mini tours, and we'll begin with their tiny A-frame cabin. This one is definitely meant for couples and a romantic getaway. And if we get a little bit closer, they also have this neat outdoor setup. You have this large hammock that is built into the ground. And if you look off to the side, you have 2 stools and this L-shaped table. Now, inside of this A-frame, about 80% of it is taken up by the queen mattress. And if we look into the 2 different corners, one contains a few different entertainment options like some books and a record player, and the other has some storage space, a mirror, and some other basic necessities. Let's now head down the road and go and check out the Rock Room. This is the one where I stayed overnight. It's a totally different vibe than the A-frame, and it has a lot more space, but this is what the exterior looks like. Again, you'll see that big wall of rocks off there to the right-hand side, hence the name, the Rock Room. But I'm not gonna open up this door, and let's go and see what the interior looks like. As soon as you enter, along this left wall, you have your mattress and then your kitchen. And if you look straight ahead, you have the large wall of rocks. But let's go more into this corner. You have a very cozy queen mattress and some different lighting there in the far end. And then here is your kitchen. And there's a bunch of stuff to see here, ranging from another record player to appliances like a coffee machine, a little stovetop, a microwave, and you do also have this cool little retro fridge. Finally, here is your dining table, and I'm now going to exit out through this other door. It's a small little garage door, and it leads to your outdoor space, which is probably my favorite area within this cabin, especially because you have this swinging bed, and it's kind of tough to capture on video, but the Salida area at night, it's really amazing for stargazing. You're definitely enough on the outskirts of Denver. There's no major big city nearby. You can just stargaze directly from this bed. Let's now go and see the last cabin that we're touring in this video. It's called the Glass Deckhouse, and it's located the highest up on the property on top of this hill. You can overlook into the mountains and the rest of the cabin. So it's pretty sweet. If you get a little bit closer, this is what some of the exterior entrance looks like. There's a small table outside, but let's now go through this door on the right and we'll go inside to one of the units. This particular one, I'd say, is in the middle of the A-frame in the rock room in terms of size and space. You have a similar interior design vibe all throughout. You have another queen mattress, and I loved those 2 floor-to-ceiling windows. There are a bunch of windows in this one, and yes, you do have curtains so you can close them for privacy, don't worry. And later in the day, I was shooting this closer to sunset, so all of the natural light just streams in. And in this final corner, you have your little kitchenette space. You have your garbage, your fridge, your microwave, and your coffee machine, and just all of your other basic necessities. This one I almost forgot about. This is one of their newer cabins that is still currently under construction, so I can't show too much of the interior, but it looks really modern and black and slick. I was a huge fan of it, and I believe it will be launching in a couple of months, so you can stay in it soon. Now, as I've been doing these other cabin tours, I'm sure you've been asking, Mike, where are the bathrooms? Well, I'm going to answer that in a sec, because here is their bathhouse. We'll start on the exterior. You have this really lovely kind of community space. It is shared with all the different cabins. You have that large table there in the back and a small grill, and then you do have this nice little space with a bunch of outdoor furniture kind of centralized around this little fire pit. You even have off there in the corner this brand new barrel sauna. I'm a huge sauna guy, so I was happy to see this. Now inside you have this kind of community kitchen area, and then here is their marketplace. So you can buy some more swag like t-shirts or hats, but they also have some meals and other nice amenities. For example, some popcorn or some smoked salmon. This is, again, I think a great way for this place to improve its branding and marketing, and to also have an entirely new income stream. Now here is one of the many full bathrooms inside of the bathhouse. You have plenty of space, a shower, a toilet, a sink, all that good stuff. And I also loved how you have posters all throughout this building with nearby parks and landmarks. They also all include the driving time from the property. So again, this gives you a bunch of ideas. I think this is the perfect spot for your base camp in Colorado. Now, to begin to wrap up here, you have a couple of different trailheads directly on the property, and this place has its own network of hiking trails, which I think is super unique. These guys have a good amount of land, and if you want to get your morning hike in, it's just a very short walk away from your cabin. Finally, here is a bird's eye view of the entire property from my drone, and then this is what some of the gorgeous surrounding area looks like. You can see all of the fall colors, especially the yellows, popping off the further up into the mountains that you go. For reference, I was here at the end of September into early October, so I would visit around then if you're looking for similar conditions for peak fall foliage. But that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for getting this far in the video if you did, and I will see you very soon for another Airbnb tour.